Hey folks, it's John with KGTropicals.com. Yes, I'm still alive. I'm still here. I still have fish tanks. I'm still making videos, but you haven't seen anything from me in a while. And I want to explain. I want to kind of talk with you openly today about what has been going on here and fill you in on everything that's happened, which has been a lot, and talk to you about some things that are coming in the very near future. Tons of stuff, folks. It's absolutely ridiculous. I was going to be doing a video in the next couple of days, which is gonna be a big one, but I keep getting the emails over and over and over again from YouTube. Somebody has commented, what happened to this channel? Where did he go? Did this guy die? Did he disappear? How come he's not making videos anymore? So I said, you know what? It's time to do an update. I know there's a lot of people out there that hate rambling videos. Well, guess what? That's what this is gonna be. So if you don't like somebody talking all about stuff, then you might want to go away from this video, because that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm not going to be teaching you how to keep fish or how to set up an aquarium. No, we're going to be talking all about stuff that's been going on here. Not personal stuff, but stuff that's going on with all of the aquariums and all of that kind of stuff. So there it is. That's what we're doing today. I'm also going to sneak in a shout out today, like I promised I was going to be doing in these videos. So yeah, tons of stuff going on. Let's get right into it. Okay, so the first thing that I need to address is a pretty big thing. If you remember, a couple of videos ago, I talked about how I was working out a deal with CustomAquariums.com. The hope was that they were going to be sending me a tank that I can use as a display to actually sell aquariums for them, to become a retailer for them. Told you all about that. I told you how excited I was, how I couldn't wait to get started, and you haven't heard anything about that in the last couple of months, unless you're a member of the Tank Talk Facebook group, which I'm still on every single day. I'm on there. If you're a member of the Tank Talk Facebook group, you know what's going on with that deal. If you're not a member, link is in the description. You got to go over there. All kinds of great fish keepers in there. I'm in there as much as I can. But anyway, join that group. And if you were a member of that group, you would know what's going on. So what is going on with that deal with CustomAquariums.com? Well, the whole thing started in November when I was in Chicago. They approached me, asked me if I wanted to be a retailer for them. I said, yeah, but I don't have a shop anymore. So we kind of went back and forth for months and months about how we could do the same thing, but just do it all online. And then, unfortunately, the guy that I was talking to left the company, or he was let go. I don't know. I don't know where he went, but he disappeared. A new guy took over, and I basically had to start the whole process all over again. But this guy is awesome. My guy that I deal with a man and a woman there at CustomAquariums.com. They're the marketing people. Absolutely fantastic. Once I got in with them, the ball really started rolling, and we got things in the works. And in the last video, or 2 videos ago, I told you they were making a tank for me, and it was going to be on its way, and blah, blah, blah. So what happened with it? Well, here's what happened to it. There it is. It's finally here. It's all set up and running. I've even got a few fish in here. Folks, I got to tell you, this thing is absolutely incredible. I mean, I don't know how else to describe it. This thing is breathtaking. People have been going nuts. I've been getting all kinds of messages and everything else because I put this up on the Tank Talk Facebook group, kind of made the announcement that the tank had arrived at the house, and then I talked about getting it down into the basement and all that kind of stuff. So people have been absolutely going crazy over this, and you know what? I'm the one down here looking at it every day. Believe me, I've been going bananas over this thing. So now in this video today, I'm not going to go into a ton of detail about the tank itself. I'm just going to let you look at it for a little bit. But in future videos, trust me, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this tank. Everything from the process of getting it, how that whole thing went, so that you know what to expect if you're going to get one. We're going to talk about pricing. We're going to talk about specs and all of that kind of stuff. Trust me, you're going to know everything you need to know about this tank in the next few weeks. I'm probably going to end up doing 7 or 8 videos exclusively about this tank and everything that there is about it, because trust me, it's an unbelievable setup, and there's a lot to talk about when it comes to this tank. So you're going to see quite a bit of this in the coming weeks. I do want to talk about my plans with it, because as you can see, there's only a few fish in there right now. They're kind of in there. It's a long story why they're in there, but they're helping with the cycling process and all that. It's been very easy to cycle it because, first of all, it's huge, and big tanks are always easier to cycle. But also, we've been throwing nasty stuff from old filters. We've got 11 tanks set up down here right now. So we've got plenty of nasty filters, and we used some quick start from API to help get it started. And I mean, we've just been throwing stuff in there to help to boost the cycling process. If you're not familiar with the cycling process, if this is the first fish tank video that you've watched, I've got a couple of videos on the cycling process, what that's all about. Check those out, and that'll help you if you don't know what I'm talking about. So over the last couple of weeks, there's been getting it here, getting it in the house, which took 8 people to get this in the house. It was actually very easy with the 8 people, but you know, it was a big event to make this whole thing happen. And so that's why you haven't seen a lot from me lately, is because I've been so overwhelmed with all of that. Plus, I started a part-time job. I mean, really, as if I wasn't doing enough already. Got a call from a friend of mine, needed help with his business, wanted to know if I wanted a part-time job. I said, yeah, whatever. I mean, sure, that's fine. All I'm doing is sitting around getting fat now. So, yeah, I'll start a part-time job. So there's been that. There's been everything going on with this. And yes, I do have another YouTube channel that I've been very active on lately, and I wanted to address that real quick. There's been so many people that have put up comments saying he forgot all about KGTropicals. He doesn't care about it anymore. He's doing these vaping videos now, and that's all he cares about. Folks, it is absolutely not true. I did hit, for a while there, a little bit of a slump when it comes to fish tank videos, mainly because I've done almost 300 of them, and I ran out of stuff to talk about. And the whole idea of just doing comments of the week and it just got a little old, and I was spent when it comes to videos like that. I felt like I was doing the same thing over and over and over again, and yeah, it was fun, but it just wasn't doing anything for me anymore. So what I needed as far as KGTropicals goes was a spark, and here it is. Now you might be thinking, what about the saltwater tank, John? Wasn't that a spark? Yes, it was. I'm going to address that in a minute because we had a little snag as far as that goes, but it's all handled now. So that is going to be another project that's going to be, you know, coming up as we move forward here. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on with KGTropicals. Now you're going to be seeing a ton of stuff coming out, not only about this tank, but also the saltwater tank and everything else. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. So, all right. Want to talk a little bit about the plans that I have for this tank as far as the fish that I'm going to put in it, and then I'm going to move on to other things. So we're going to put African cichlids in there. Whoa, that's a huge shocker, isn't it? Well, we were kind of back and forth, Lisa and I, because she immediately, when we saw this tank, her and I both said, oh my, that tank screams discus because it's so tall. I'm not talking about the whole tank. I'm talking about the aquarium portion itself. It's 30 inches tall. I mean, that screams discus, a really high tank. But as we talked about it more and we debated and we went back and forth, we said, you know what? We've got 4 tanks in this basement right now that we could consolidate down to 1. We've got the peacocks and haps in the 125 there. We've got the mbunas in the 65. We have a hospital tank over there with a few fish in it and a couple of babies. We've got the tank that had these fish in it. It's a long story where those came from, but there's an insignis in there and a couple mbunas and even a tropheus in there. So it's like we can combine all of those, put them all into there, and they can all live happily ever after. And it'll almost be like the old 240 that we had. For all the people that say, you can't mix peacocks, haps, and mbunas, you can't mix Malawi and Tanganyika, I proved that wrong multiple times, and I'm going to do it again with this tank because we're going to put them all in there. We're going to throw them all in there, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that. So that's what we decided to do, was combine all of these tanks into one. So we're actually going to be breaking down quite a few of the tanks. Basically, here's how it's going to go. You can't see all these tanks. Maybe I'll do a walkthrough in the next couple of days. I don't know. We have the 125 with the peacocks and haps. Those fish are going to go into this new 240. The discus are going to go in that. They're going to go in it, yes, with the Malawi rock background from Universal Rocks, but it's going to look really good because we're going to put driftwood in there. We're going to kind of mix it all up. It's going to look really good with the discus in there, and I think they're going to absolutely love it. I'm not going to put any plants in there because the plants have been a huge disaster, and I'm not going to mess with that. Had a couple of YouTubers say they were going to do stuff with me as far as doing plants and teaching me and all, and that just fell through, you know. Divas of YouTube, I guess. So that didn't work out, and I suck at keeping plants, so we're not going to do plants. It's going to be the Malawi background with the driftwood in there, and it's going to look fantastic. So discus are going in there. We're going to bring the other 125 that's over there, you can't see it, that has the discus in it now. That's going to move over and go right here underneath the other 125, and that's going to be for my Oscar and the Blood Parrot and a couple of Jack Dempsey's. Going to be that South Central American kind of deal going on down there. That Oscar has been in so many tanks. He's really old. He has hole in the head now. I mean, he's really old. We want to let him live out his days in luxury, put him in a 125. So that's going to be nice. So basically, I know I'm talking really fast. We're going to have 3 tanks that are going to be kind of the featured tanks in the channel that you'll see in the videos all the time. This one, which will be the African cichlid tank, the discus tank, and then the tank that we're going to call our Oscar tank. So, and then all the other tanks except for 155 that we're going to use as a hospital tank, they're all going to get broken down, and we're not going to have them anymore. And that's going to be nice because maybe my hair won't be so gray all the time from having to take care of all these tanks. So that's what we're doing, kind of a consolidation of everything, putting it all together, and I think it's going to make for a really, really nice looking setup. Now, as far as the 240 goes, I get really confused as to where I'm pointing. I don't know that I'm going to put any decor in there at all. I really do like that kind of wide open look with nothing in it. I don't have substrate in there right now. There's nothing in there except for fish. And I really like that. I've always liked that. That was one of the first things that I wanted to do when I saw this tank. Discus, like 50 neon tetras or cardinal tetras, and that's it. Just a wide open glass box. But then we made the decision to do the Africans, so I might add some rocks or something like that in there, but I don't think I'm putting substrate. I don't think I'm putting anything else in there. I want to go with that kind of barren look. I might even talk to Universal Rocks about one of those tree trunks, which I just think would look awesome. I know you don't typically see wood in African cichlid tanks, but hey, I don't like playing by the rules. So, and it's not real wood. I mean, it's stone. So I think it would be a really cool look because those are really tall, and I think it would look really neat in that tank. So, and I've also talked with my connections as far as maybe even possibly getting some more fish in there. Mike, why am I acting like it's a secret? Live Fish Direct. I've talked to them about possibly getting some more fish for the 240. I'm pointing all over the place. So we might even be adding some new family members in there. So it's going to be a smorgasbord of all different kinds of fish in that 240, but it's going to be amazing, and we're going to consolidate tanks, and thank God for that. So now, next thing I want to move on to, how about let's do the shout out. Let's do the shout out next. Why not? So the last video that I did with this kind of wide open format, I told you, give me your suggestions of who you would like to see shouted out in a future video. But I kind of lied to you because I already knew exactly who it was going to be that I was going to be shouting out in this next video. But I do still want your suggestions because there's a lot of channels out there. There's hundreds of fish channels, folks. And it's not like I'm some kind of a diva and I watch fish videos all the time, but there's a lot of channels that I've never even heard of. So you may know them. You may want them shouted out. Put them in the comment section below and you might just see them shouted out in a future video. Don't suggest yourself. I knew all along who I was going to shout out in this video. One of the most deserving people on YouTube, creating videos, being involved in the community. In fact, this guy has actually become an admin for my Tank Talk Facebook group. He's helping out a ton. The group has gotten huge. It's like almost 3,500 members now. It's really hard to keep up with all of the porn spam and all of the crap that gets put onto those. So this guy has helped out a whole lot, but he's also helped a lot of you out in the community because he's always out there. He's always out ready to help as many people as he can in this hobby. He has a fantastic channel that only has like 1,700 subscribers, which is absolutely ridiculous that with as much as this guy does, he only has that many subscribers. It's unacceptable. We need to all come together and make sure that that changes. I'm talking about the Inquisitive Fish Guy 71. This is a guy I've gotten to know, and I just kicked the camera. Sorry, IFG. This is a guy that I've gotten to know over the last couple of months or so. I've been interacting with him a lot through Facebook, and this is just a good dude, folks. Not only is he a good dude, but he's the first one to jump to help other people in this community. Great example, Lou9294 fell on hard times recently, and IFG was there to help this guy out, help him promote videos that he was doing and all this. Absolutely unbelievable. If you don't know IFG, that's what I call him, I see you. If you don't know him, you absolutely need to check out his channel. I've got it right here. Go over there, subscribe to it. Don't even watch his videos. Just take my word for it. Click on this right here. Go to his channel, click subscribe. I want to see that number up to like 5,000 within the next couple of weeks. That's what needs to happen with IFG's channel, okay? Because that guy deserves it. He is a powerhouse when it comes to this community, and he absolutely needs to be recognized for that. So get on it. IFG, I see you. You are officially shouted out. Thank you so much for all you do for this community. Now, I want to talk about, well, I want to talk about other things. Do you remember in that last video that I did in this format where I talked about how I'm going to be talking to you about products that I've been using that I really like, that are working out really well for me? Well, that has kind of morphed into something completely different, because I've been in contact with a few companies that have reached out saying, hey, you know, if you're going to do that, we want to provide you with some products to showcase on your videos. Now, I'm not going to do one today because I'm just not, but I do have some stuff that's on its way, and I've already received some stuff. I received a huge shipment from Hikari the other day. I'm going to be doing a video in the very near future talking about some of their foods that I've been using. I have been using it, folks, and it's been working out really good. So it's kind of turned into a whole different thing where I might actually be doing, or I'm not, there's no might. I will be doing product-specific videos. These are going to be product reviews, kind of like what I'm doing on my vaping channel. I'm going to be breaking a product down and talking about my personal feelings about that product. It could be fish food, it could be chemicals, it could be equipment. I've got all kinds of stuff coming in, which we'll talk about in a minute, that is equipment that can help out with the hobby, not just equipment that goes directly into fish tanks. So yeah, this has turned into something really big. I mean, and if you're a company that's watching this, if you want to get to be a part of that, send me a message, KGTropicals@gmail.com. We can definitely talk about maybe showcasing your products in one of those videos. So that's going to be a lot of fun. I'll probably mention it in these vlog style videos down the road, but I think that's going to end up turning into something where I'm doing product exclusive videos. I'm not being paid to do this. It's just send me the products and I'll do the review. If I don't like it, I'm not going to do the review, because I don't want to do a review of a product that all I'm going to do is say bad things about. I just think that's mean. But that's how it's going to work. My payment for doing it is the product. There you go. So I've had a couple of people already jump on board with that. So that's another thing that you can expect from this channel in the very near future. So now it's time to talk about the Fluval M60, because you haven't seen anything on that. It was like I started that project and then all of a sudden, poof, it just disappeared. Well, there's a reason for that. There were so many people that said, John, look, you asked us for help in getting your first saltwater tank started. You have to listen to us. You can't use tap water. You absolutely must use RO water if you're going to start this saltwater tank and if you want to do it successfully. So that kind of put me in a pinch. I was like, well, how am I going to do that? I don't have access to RO water. Called all my friends. They don't have RO water. I live in the country. Everybody's on a well. We don't have that. So it was kind of put on hold. I mean, I didn't really know what to do. I don't have 10 5-gallon buckets with lids that I can go somewhere and fill them. Just didn't know what I was going to do. But then I was having a conversation about what we were just talking about with Coral Life. And they have an RO system that is made exclusively for people in the situation that I'm in. An RO system that you can hook up to your house. You can have the water go anywhere you want it to go and provide all the RO water that you could ever possibly need. And so guess what? I don't know this for a fact, but I've been told that one of those systems is being sent to me to show not only in this channel, but also to get my saltwater tank started. So how cool is that? I mean, one problem leads into another series of videos, because doing that, I'm going to be able to not only showcase that product, but it's also helping me out to further another project. I mean, it's beautiful the way that's going to work. So when it comes in, I will be doing a product spotlight type video where I'll set it up, get it hooked up to my water system, and I'm going to actually have the water go into a 35-gallon Rubbermaid trash can with an automatic shut-off valve. So when it's full, it turns off. Beautiful. I mean, you can expect that hopefully in the coming weeks. That'll be coming up. So really excited about that. Thank you to all the people that contributed that comment on my saltwater videos. You know, hey, dummy, don't use tap water. I don't think anybody called me a dummy, but I wouldn't have been mad at them if they did, because it is a serious thing. I didn't realize how serious the RO thing was in the saltwater world. So I'm a novice when it comes to saltwater. So even the ones that were a little bit mean, I thank you for contributing those comments. And guess what? I've listened to you. I put the project on hold so that I could get the RO situation straight. And now it's in the works. So yes, the saltwater project will be picking up again very soon. And when it does, you can be sure I will be doing videos on that. So what else do we have to talk about? Okay, yeah, I remember now. There's two more things that I want to touch on real quick. First is the fluval speck. If you remember that, it's actually sitting behind you. Maybe I'll flip the camera around and at the end of the video and show you what's going on in there. I did get some fish in there. I've got 6 guppies in there. They're so adorable. They keep me company while I'm sitting at the desk. So fluval speck has been flawless, folks. I absolutely love it. It has been a really good compliment to that bookcase that I have right there. Absolutely love it, and the guppies are adorable. I just went to PetSmart or Petco and bought guppies. Don't judge me. It's right down the street, so I went there and got 3 yellow-tailed fancy guppies and 3 orange ones. And I love it. That's really cool. I also put some plants in there. I'm sure they're going to die because I kill every plant that I've ever had, and a little piece of driftwood. It's cute. I've been having a lot of fun with that. I will show that to you at the end of the video. And then I wanted to touch on another thing. You're looking at this tank right now. You've been looking at it in the whole video, and you're probably thinking, John, that tank looks awfully dark. Well, yes, it does. I don't have lights yet. There are lights on it that I just kind of robbed from other tanks just so that I could do this video, but it does not have lights on it that are going to be my permanent lights for that setup. I'm still working on that. That is the only thing. The lights and a heater are the only thing that did not come with this setup that I got from customaquariums.com. Not really sure why those aren't included, but they weren't. So whatever. I had heaters already. I had a 400 watt heater that I put in there, and then I've got another one in there that's a backup in the sump. I already had those, and then, like I said, I just robbed lights from other tanks to do something in there. But there will be lights that'll be added to that tank very soon. They're going to need to be big because it's a really deep tank. So looking forward to that. Again, you will see that in a future video. Just got to figure out where they're coming from and how I'm going to get them and all that kind of stuff. So that's it. I've been rambling and rambling. There's going to be people that are going to make the comments because they do it all the time. Oh, you didn't talk about anything. What a waste of time. Well, you sat here through the whole thing, didn't you? What were you expecting? I told you in the beginning, I'm not talking about keeping fish. I'm talking about what's going on with me. So if you stuck around to the end, I appreciate it very much. I just wanted to update you on what's going on here. Lots of things are going on. I know there hasn't been videos, but that doesn't mean things haven't been happening, and things are going to continue happening. I'm trying to get them up as much as I can. I'm going to try to get at least a video per week, but with the product spotlight videos, if I start getting a lot of stuff coming in, I might be doing more than one video a week. I hope that's what happens. So we'll see about that. Thank you to IFG, the Inquisitive Fish Guy 71, for all you do for the community. And thank you so much for helping me out with the Tank Talk Facebook group. There's other admins in there too, and I will definitely thank them in future videos. But IFG is the one that I've been talking about in this video. Again, if you haven't gone to his channel, do it. Do it now. I want that number to say 5,000 within the next couple of weeks. That would be really nice. I'd love to know that I can impact the channel that much. That would be really cool. But it's not going to be me, it's going to be you that's going to be impacting those channels. So do it. Get on it. Stop messing around. Stop wasting time. Go subscribe to IFG. You'll be glad you did. So there you go. I have certainly rambled on long enough. I've taken up enough of your time. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to talking to you again very soon all about that tank. Trust me, you're not going to want to miss it. Subscribe now because you want the notification when this video comes out about this tank. Absolutely unbelievable. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.